Check, 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 1, 2. It is 12:45 here, and I did put on this long in AMD. This is the only trade I've had since this morning where I took off the long that it was breaking down, but I was just watching it. Finally broke the downtrend, and I picked it up as it was starting to hold higher here a little bit. Right there, I picked it up, sat through this little pullback, and now she's starting to make her way north of 140 again. So I'm in a pretty good spot. I have on the volume profile and the footprint a couple of spots. This north of 141 near this area, and then also high a day. So we'll see if we can get up there. I do have a limit order sitting out there if we do shoot up there, but I really haven't been watching this. I've not been recording it. I'm just kind of letting it go. The this area here of consolidation is kind of an area where I want to see if it can break out of here and really hold up above there. Once it does, then I'll start using this trend line to kind of track it and manage the position. But for right now, the stop is down at 38.80s, and entry is in the 39.60s, and we're above 40 here. So hopefully this thing will continue to move north. If I can get another point out of it, take some there, and then see if we rally into the end of the day here. So that's the plan for now. See what ends up happening. Check, 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 1, 2. Here we are. It is 1:50, almost 2 o'clock, and I've been sitting in this long in AMD for quite a while, since before noon. So almost 2 hours here, and it has gone down, up, back again, and then back up again. And now it's kind of back up here at the top of this congestion area that you see outlined by this box. I'm looking for it to hold up and start breaking out higher, or else I'm going to need to start being a little bit defensive. This thing has had multiple higher lows put in since that bottom. Bottom right there, 1, 2. And now this top here, I'm looking for this to crack and break and start heading up higher. I am going to start getting a little bit more aggressive with another trend line just to protect myself as we get later in the day. Maybe once we crack higher above this 20-cent level, I can start trailing a piece against that aggressive trend line. But we'll see. I really want to be able to keep some on for a push higher, which I feel like is going to come. We've got the ES that did double top here. Not doing a ton of range, but coming to the last 2 hours of the day here, I think there is a possibility for this to move higher into the 41s and maybe even higher. But let's see what happens here. If we can break out above these 20s, I'm going to start trailing at least half of the position against this aggressive trend line, and then probably keep the other half on this trend line until things get very steep. So we'll see what that looks like. Go back on to pause. Okay, check, 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 1, 2. Here comes, It's 2 p.m. Here comes the buyer in AMD. This thing just took off away from that 140. Let's see if we can start reclaiming the mid 140s, get up to this 141 soon. I did draw this more aggressive second trend line up, and I'm going to use that to trail probably half of the position. So as we're starting to break out of this consolidation box that we've been in, this is a 5-minute and this is a 30-minute, but you can see this consolidation that we've been in since late morning here, and we definitely are starting to move out. We haven't been out here yet, so I've got 2 trend lines here to manage this position. One is going to be the slower trend line, which is going to be my trailers stop, and then the second one is going to be for the second half. I'm looking for that to pop up into 141 here. Hopefully this buyer is back from lunch and ready to start moving again. So right now, yeah, I mean, back down below 39.90s, and I'm going to be probably taking some off. on this, but I am hoping that this will be north of 40.5 very soon. So let's see what happens here. I do like what I'm seeing on the footprint. I like what I'm seeing on the candlesticks. I like what I'm seeing in the market. I like how the ES is setting up. So everything is kind of going together in concert and starting to move the right direction for this long. So hopefully it works out and I can hang on and we can at least see a drive up here soon. Okay, it is 2:13 and we're getting our first test of this faster trend line, and what I'm looking for is for the test and then for it to, if it does close below this trend line, for it to very quickly reclaim and start making new highs. Okay, it is 2:20 p.m. and I am playing slightly more defensively now. I took 1/4, a quarter of the position off here as we're starting to just fail to get up above this 50. We shot up above there on this attempt and we did not get very far through, and that concerned me. I'm looking over on the footprint and I'm not seeing a ton of volume on that attempt, so the buyer's not willing to push higher right now. You know, I don't want to be stubborn in the face of technicals breaking down in front of me. So, like, we're starting to fail here even more down into the teens, and I'm going to see how this ends. Can we pop back up above here? Looking on the slightly higher time frame, you know, we're starting to break this, aren't we? Even on the 15-minute, let's take a look. Yeah, it's starting to kind of crack. I mean, I guess you could say you could draw it like this. And then what does that look like? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could argue either way. I don't think taking 25% of the position off at 1-to-1 in this case is taking off too much. I'm okay with that. Let's see how it looks in a couple more minutes, and if it continues to hold down below here, then I might have to take a little bit more off. But for now, just going to take that 125% off. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out here. It's just 2.5 minutes to the end of the day, so don't think we're going to get some crazy extended move. Got my correct size there. Let me just jump on the offer to see if I can get it. Did not get it. I'm just going to hit the bid and be done. And that's it. So it didn't really work out today. On the big picture, it's just a bunch of singles. The long here, which ended up failing to trend and return to highs. And then also the long here, which I had to sit through for several hours and just never really followed back through to highs.